At the 44 is where Malden will put it in play. And let's see what happens here. 3 wideouts, 2 to the near side. Incomplete.
Number 14, Aiden Brett's pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Malden.
Second and 10. And I don't know who makes up these uniforms, but if they used the dark blue, it would have been great because you'd be able to see the numbers. I am looking on my monitor that zooms in on these players, and I can't make out their numbers. Bouncing it to the outside. All the way down to the 30 and inside the 30.
Number 9, Kevin Homie on the run for the Golden Tornadoes that results in a first
That was
down.
number 9. Exelholm.
Big
There's
first
been a,
and
there's
10
been
for the Golden Tornadoes.
there's been a few of those
Territory.
that have played for Malden. 26 yards and a first down. Malden gets to play Lynn Tech. They'll play 3 Lynn teams because they play classical and English, being a member of the Greater Boston League. They run it straight ahead, and they're going to walk in for a touchdown. And I just can't pick up his number.
There's a flag on the play.
I think it's coming back, so I don't have to worry about what his number was. I've never seen anything like this in all the years I've been doing it. You can't read those numbers. The line of scrimmage was the 30. They're talking to James Runner, the Tech coach. So the touchdown is off. I thought it was off the board.
Play results in a rushing touchdown for the Golden Tornadoes.
The touchdown stands. I'm going to give it to Exelholm.
Penalty will be ensued on the kickoff.
I guess they're saying the penalty was after the play. So Malden grabs a quick 6-0 lead. And they're going to look for the extra point. And I'm staring right at the kicker, and I cannot pick up his number. The kick is good.
The extra point is good for Malden.
They list a kicker as Robert Fernandez, so it must be him.
7, Lynn Tech, 0.
So it's 7-0. So I can look on the roster and see that they have a kicker and give him credit. But I can't give him credit because I can't see his number. So the bad thing is Malden very quickly on the board. The good thing is Tech has an awful long time to get back in the game. They were lining up the wrong way. Tech was lining up like they were changing sides. Now they move it back because of the penalty that occurred after the play. They move it all the way back to the 25-yard line. That's when Malden would kick it off. So Tech, without a run back, could get decent field position. With a run back, they could get very good field position. They line drive it, caught at the 25-yard line. So very good kick, loose, one man to beat. He almost ran it back. Ethan Prum with the return. They put it at the 48-yard line, and we're going to play it down. So he returned to 28 yards. He was a step away from taking that to the house. And we've had this all day, and most of the time it's been cramps, and they've been able to overcome and be okay. And let's hope that's the case here. As we're looking at Malden leading 7-0 very quickly. Just about a minute and a half, and now it's nice to see him jogging off. So probably just a cramp. And again, I've never seen uniforms like this. They put out a roster with numbers, but you can't read the numbers. So from the 48-yard line, Tech will put it in play. Motion coming. They swing it back to the near side, and they get it into Malden territory. Terrence Thompson.
We ask that if you are standing on the railing, please find a seat, as the people in back of you cannot see. Again, if you are standing on the railing, please find a seat. Thank you.
So they're trying to get people off the railing. It's funny how right away people jump off the railing and someone just say, "Don't talk to me, I'm staying right here." They pick up a couple.
Third and 3 at the Golden Tornadoes 45-yard line.
So it'll be 3rd and 3. And I believe that was Prum. Knowing James Runner, this might be 4-down territory. 2 wideouts to the near side. They keep bouncing it to the outside. 1st down and a lot more. It gets wrapped up. And that's Andy Barrios. He picked up 8. So they pick up their first down of the season. Andy Barrios, the quarterback, is only a sophomore. It's a fairly young team. They lost a lot of firepower from last year. Running it to the near side, breaking a tackle.
Number 25, Alberto Dorado on the run for the Tigers.
Just about back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, in the play, it'll be 2nd and 10.
That was Alberto Gerardo. No gain on the play. Second and 10 for the Tigers. Malden are the Golden Tornadoes. Wide out goes to the far side. Coming to the near side with a host of blockers. Getting to the 35, maybe inside.
Number 25, Alberto Dorado on the run for the Tigers.
They put it at the 34.
Be a pickup of 3 and set the Tigers up with a 3rd and 7 at the Golden Tornadoes.
3rd and 7 from the 34. Again, a wide out to the far side, a wing to the near side. Misdirection, getting it up inside, loose, down the sideline. He's going to walk in as a flag. I think it's coming back.
There is a flag on the play.
I think it's coming back. Cesar Reyes broke 3 or 4 tackles. But they're going to get Tech, I think. At the 19-yard line.
Penalty is on the Tigers. Holding ball. That play will be brought back as a result.
He picked up 15, and he'll mark it back. To the 29.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 2. For the Tigers.
So now it's 3rd and a couple.
Territory, the 3rd.
Touchdown taken off the board. So you need 2 to keep the drive alive. Again, obviously 4 down territory here. You keep by the quarterback, bouncing it to the outside. First down and a lot more.
Number 18, Jadiel Ortega with the quarterback keep. That results in a Tigers first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The Golden Tornado territory at the 20-yard line.
Down to the 20. 9 yards and a first down. And I've been saying, Barrios, the sophomore, the quarterback, it's actually Jadiel Ortega. It's 18 and not 10. Trying to bounce to the outside, not going to get there, going to lose yardage. Chris Alfaro with the carry. So we lost 2. Second and 12 from the 22. This will be the 9th play of the drive for the Tigers. Little misdirection, and they're going to hit him in the backfield for no gain. They tried that before, and he ran it for a touchdown. Reyes.
Tigers. Crosses the line of scrimmage, no gain.
No gain on the play.
Ball for the Tigers.
3rd and 12. Two wideouts to the near side. Looking to throw, backing up. It's caught, but it's not going to go anywhere. Thompson with the catch.
Ortega's pass.
They actually lost 4 yards.
Thompson.
They went further back. So it's going to be 4th down and 16. Wide out to the far side. Looking to throw. They dump it down. Incomplete. I think Tech was looking for an interference call.
Pass is incomplete.
They didn't get it.
On downs, and Malden will take over with the 1st and 10.
Malden will take over at their 26-yard line, leading 7-0. Malden ran 2 plays for 56 yards on the ground for a touchdown. Tech ran 11 plays and turned it over. They look like they slowed him down. Now they're pushing him forward for more yardage. That was excellent.
After the run, it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Golden Tornadoes. Ball will be placed in their own territory at the 33.
7 yards on the play. Second and 3. Ahead of steam, they get into the secondary and into Tech territory. I think it was Zachary Johnson.
It'll be a 1st down run for the Golden Tornadoes. It'll be 1st and 10 in Tiger territory at the 49.
18 yards in the first down. Aiden Brett, we just found out, is the quarterback. They run it straight ahead. Marcus Pierre.
With 10, Zach Johnson on the run for the Golden Tornadoes.
To the 44, he picked up 5.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Golden Tornadoes in Tiger territory.
as we're winding down this first period. If it's a running play, this could be the last play of the period. They throw it and it's dropped. So we'll have another play.
First pass is intended for number 2, Gabriel Vargas Cardosa, is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Golden Tornadoes.
This will definitely be the last play with 7 seconds showing on the clock. Tech from the Commonwealth Conference League, Malden from the Greater Boston League. Game like tonight gives Lynn Classical and Lynn English a chance to scout a team they'll be playing. Running straight ahead into the middle of that defense.
That's the end of the first quarter.
End of the quarter, and the running back is not getting up. Trainer out to check on him. Sitting up, hopefully he's going to be okay. He ran into a middle of motion coming. They knock him down, he didn't make it. They needed 2, they come in and knocked him down. And
The Golden Tornadoes are stopped on 4th down. There will be turnover on downs, and the Tigers will take over. It'll be a 1st and 10, in their own territory at the 41-yard line.
I think it was Joshua Lewis who made the stop. So 0 on the play. And Tech will take over at their own 41-yard line. Good defense. He had a head of steam up, but they knocked him down immediately. He needed 2, he got none. Motion coming. They faked the motion man, they run it to the right side. And I think that was Alfaro. Still battling for yardage.
Number 4, Chris Alfaro on the run for the Tigers. Fumble recovery is by Tech. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Picked up 3 on the play. They got the ball back. They dropped it, but Tech recovered it. 2nd and 7. Two wideouts to the near side. Now 1 wideout as they send wings. Misdirection. Might have got a yard if he was lucky. That's Reyes. Going to be 3rd and 6.
The 1-yard pickup, it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Tigers at their own 45.
They double the wideouts to either side. Ortega with the keep. He's awful close. They're going to go for it if he didn't make it.
Number 18, Jadiel Ortega, quarterback keep. That results in a Tigers first down.
He get it. He hit right to the marker.
Will be first and 10 for the Tigers in Malden territory at the 48-yard line.
He picked up 8 and a first down. Broke a tackle to get that extra yards. He needed the 2 extra yards. Motion coming, looking. They dump it to the motion man, trying to cut it up inside. Staying on his feet. Good job. Looked like he was hit, knocked down 3 times. Prum stayed on his feet.
It will be a 3-yard pickup, and the Tigers
He turned nothing or a loss into something.
5-yard line. 45.
He picked up 3 yards, but it looked like he was going to lose yardage. Didn't look like he'd get back to the line of scrimmage. Motion coming. And there's a flag coming in. I thought they might get a flag for a face mask too. They ran that play once, it went for a touchdown. They've got nothing since. That was Gerardo. They threw the flag in for something. He lost 4 yards on the play. They're going to mark it from the 45-yard line. I'm not sure why. Yep, well, the original line of scrimmage. Down to the Tech 45.
Second and 17 at their own 45.
So 2nd and 17 from the Tech 45. And the clock is back running under 8 minutes and a half. Malden leading at 7-0. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rolling, looking to throw, in trouble. Going to get hit and knocked down.
Ortega is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Tigers.
They mark it back to the 42. They lost 3 more. So it's going to be 3rd and 20. Looking to throw, in trouble. They're getting to him again. He can't get rid of it. There's a face mask.
Flag on the play.
Now let's see if that comes from the line of scrimmage. That could be huge if it comes from the line of scrimmage. That's definitely a face mask. If it's from the point of the foul, it's meaningless. They lost back to the 29.
Penalty is on
They lost 13 yards on the play. The penalty will take it to the 44. They still need 17 yards. I think they're saying the quarterback out. This is hard. They need 17 yards. I'm not sure what this is all about. Unless Ortega can quick kick it. They've got everybody in tight. Now they send a wide out to the near side. One to the far side. And we're going to get a timeout. I don't know why they would do this. They're only 7-0. We're halfway through the second period. I don't know why Tech wouldn't just kick it away. It's not like they need even 10 or 5 or a yard. They need 17. And they haven't had many 17-yard plays in this first half. They were moving the ball, then they got the big penalty. Then they got sacked. They got a 15-yard penalty, but it was after a sack where they lost 13. So the penalty was only worth 2 yards to them. So let's see what they do. Ortega is still out there. 2 wideouts to the near side. 2 wideouts to the far side. This is really rolling the dice. They're going to give Malden very good field position if they don't pick this up. Or at least get something. Motion coming to the near side. Rolling to the near side. Gonna hold on. I don't understand that play at all. They lost more yardage. They lost a yard. Now they'll kick it away. I forgot that the penalty, I thought the penalty was after the play when they face masked the quarterback loss. I thought that down didn't count. It went back to second down. So this is 4th down, and they are going to kick it away. And Malden jumped offside. It's not going to help that much. Out to the 48. They still need 14. Malden jumped again. Tech may wind up going for this. To the 47. 4th and 9 now. They're still going to kick it. Let's see if we can get Malden to jump off 2 more times. Tech could get a first down. They dribble the ball back to the kicker. He boots it deep. It goes out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. I think they got a break. The saying went out at the 15-yard line. I thought it was out. I thought they were going to move it upfield. So they're going to put it at the Malden 15-yard line. So Tech got a break. The kick went out of bounds. I think the ref thought that it hit the end line at the 15-yard line and then went out of bounds. So Tech got a huge break. The ball will be at the 15-yard line. Just under 4 minutes left in this first half. After today, I'm going to go home and sleep for a month. It's been the longest day of my life. They run it to the near side into a stack of players. They finally get bumped out of bounds. And it was Marcus Pierre.
After the run, will be 2nd and 2 for Malden.
Picked up 8.
Ball is in their own territory at the 23-yard line.
I thought he went out of bounds, but the clock is running. 2nd and 2 for the Golden Tornadoes. Hit and dropped. And they're going to lose back to the 21. And that was
Real loss of 1.
Gonzalez.
Golden Tornadoes up with a 3rd and 3. Ball is placed in their own territory at the 22-yard line.
So now it's 3rd and 3. They'd love to stop him here and force him to kick and maybe get pretty good field position with time still left in the clock, and Tech still has a timeout. Motion. The snap went down. They never got the snap. It bounced, stayed down, and it bounced on the ground. It never got to the quarterback. Well, it still only has 3 first downs. They got 2 of them on first 2 plays of the game that scored their touchdown. And they have to kick it away. Clock is running, closing in on a minute, and they blow the whistle. Malden took a timeout. They let the clock run down.
The concession stand is open with food and drinks. Go get yourself something to eat or drink. Thank you.
So it looked like Malden was in pretty good position closing out the half. They had 2nd and 2, and they've lost 3 yards in 2 plays, and now they have to kick it away. Tech would like to get a run back here and get decent field position, have a shot to maybe get on the board. Tech gets the ball to start the second half. So worst case scenario, will still only be down 1 score. So let's see what we do here. Malden let the clock run down before they called the timeout. Prum is back deep, but he's only at the 45-yard line of Malden. They're going to let it go, and it takes a good Malden bounce. And they're going to, Tech will get it, not as good as they thought they're going to get, but they'll get it at their 45-yard line.
Ball is placed in their own territory at the 45-yard line.
And they have just over a minute left with a timeout left. Let's see what they can do. So here we go, winding down. So the worst case scenario would be down one score and they'll get the ball to start the second half. They'd love to go downfield and score here. Really take some momentum. They hand it off to Alfaro.
Second and 7 after the run.
Give him the 48 for a pickup of 3. And they stop the clock for whatever reason. Now they wind it. Double wideouts to either side. They're taking a lot of time. Taking a lot of time off the clock. And they're going to get buried in the backfield.
They're taking a sack behind the line of scrimmage by multiple Malden defenders.
Back at the 42. They lost 6.
Third and 13 for the Tigers. Timeout, Lynn Tech.
Now Tech takes their timeout. 15 seconds left. He never got a chance to even look downfield to throw the ball. He got buried. So we're closing down. If they run the ball here, it would be the last play of the half. Tech saw Malden come out very quickly. Exelm ran the first play to the Tech 30 for 26 yards. Then he went in from there, 30 yards, 56 yards and 2 carries. And that was it. They scored the touchdown. Then Tech has had a couple of opportunities moving the ball, but then a couple of penalties hurt. They came up big, shut Malden down, but couldn't take advantage. So you would assume they would put the ball up here. They throw it out. It's caught. Breaking a tackle, staying on his feet. He's loose. It's a foot race. They're going to pull him out of bounds. He took time to turn to see where the defender was instead of just going to the end zone. And he got caught, but he got knocked out. 47 yards on that pass play. They have it at the 11-yard line. The scoreboard clock says zeros. Initially it said 2 seconds. They're talking to the Malden coach. He's looking for the half to be over. Tech is looking for one more play. The officials are getting together. He got knocked out. I happened to look at the scoreboard clock when he looked up. There was still time. A second or two. Let's see what they do. This is a big call. There's a big play by Prum. Looked like he was hit at the line of scrimmage, and he broke that tackle, broke another tackle. They're going to give Classical, excuse me, we've been here all day. They're going to give Tech one more play. Now they're lining up for a field goal. I didn't even know they had a kicker. Cesar Reyes from the 19-yard line. A 29-yard attempt. They're trying to explain to the Malden coach what the call was. So they're going to have one more play, and they're going to try a field goal from the 19-yard line. As I said, it's the first game anyway, so I'm not used to Tech having a kicker, and Tech is going to take a timeout. So let's see what Coach Runner has decided. They called a quick timeout. Looks like they're still coming out to try and kick the field goal from the 19-yard line. Malden has dominated the line of scrimmage. They've been getting in and all over Ortega. He hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. They'd love to get in and block it. Cesar Reyes was the young man that had the touchdown that was called back by a penalty. Now from the 19-yard line, a 29-yard attempt. They get it down, they pop it up. It falls short. So that's the end of the first half. Malden got that touchdown on the opening drive. Nothing doing after that. Tech got one, but it was called back. So we got a half left in this one. Malden leading Lynn Tech 7-0 at halftime. The second half, Malden had 94 yards rushing, 6 yards passing, 3 first downs. Tech had 32 rushing, 45 passing, 4 first downs. And it was Krivensen, they called Kevin Exelholm. He did score the touchdown, and he's out. He got hurt. I just got the Malden athletic director just told me he's hurt, and he's out. So Tech almost got even on taking the lead with a conversion at the end on that great catch by Prum, great catch and run. He got knocked out at the 11-yard line. They had one play left. They tried a field goal. It came up short. So Tech will get the ball to start the second half. We mentioned they're rebuilding because they made the tournament last year, but they had to make that 3.5-hour bus ride to play a playoff game last year with that new format. But they lost a lot of firepower, especially at quarterback. But filling in is Jadiel Ortega. They kick it deep, and they let it go into the end zone. It just barely went into the end zone. They got a break there. That could have been bad news. They could have been pinned down inside the 5. They bring the ball out. And I thought it used to be the 25, but now it's the 20. So they'll have the ball at the 20. And we'll be underway in the second half. And I have never in my life started a football game at 9:15. And that's when this game started. They may want to not schedule double headers when we have 4 soccer games during the day. They may want to rethink that. They could have played this game at Malden. And everybody would be home in bed right now. Coming to the near side, trying to cut it up inside. Gerardo with the carry. He got to the 28, I believe. They put it at the 29, so he picked up 9. 2nd and a yard. The good news is the rain is gone, and it was supposed to come back 7 or 8 o'clock. They got just enough for the first down. That was Gerardo again. They put it to 32. He picked up 3 and a first down. So 1st and 10 from the 33. Wide out to the near side. Trying to turn the corner. Not going to get there. They're going to lose a yard or 2.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play as well. That was Gerardo. Let's see what the flag is about. It's against the Tigers. It's a big one, 15 yards. Back to the 17-yard line.
It'll be brought back as a result. It'll be 1st and long.
Well, 15-yard penalty. He'll be 1st and 25. So Tech going the wrong way. They need some big plays. That's not going to be one of them. They might have got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Number 4, Christoph Carr on the run for the Tigers.
2nd and 25.
Second and long.
The wideout goes to the far side. Look at the throw. In trouble. Going to get hit from behind. Got to the 15-yard line, but that's a loss of 2 more.
Third and long for the Tigers.
So they lost 2 more. They now need 27 on 3rd down, and they're going to be punting from deep in their own end. I still can't figure out who set up Malden's jerseys. They've got white numbers on white shirts. I don't know how they couldn't think that that could be a problem. If you get up really close, you can see it, but you have to be almost standing next to them. 2 wideouts to the far side. Dropping back, looking to throw over the middle. Tip, incomplete. Almost caught, almost intercepted. They weren't going to be anywhere near a 1st down. So they're going to have to kick it away. And without a run back, Malden should get very good field position. With a run back, they could get great field position. Kick off the side of the foot. It goes out of bounds and it's going nowhere. Malden didn't need a run back. They've got a great spot. You're going to put it at the 30-yard line. That's a 15-yard punt. So the defense is going to have to come up big to keep this a 1-score game. Two wideouts to the far side, one to the near side, the wing to the near side. Motion coming. They fake it to the motion man, they underthrew the receiver. Aiden Brett, the quarterback, banging his helmet saying, what did I do? I didn't even get it there. 2nd and 10. Again, two wideouts to the far side, wideout and wing to the near side. Brett fakes and threw it way over the head.
First pass is incomplete.
He threw it very quickly. The receiver was open, breaking across the middle, but he threw it behind him. I don't know if he thought he was going to break outside. Malden Catholic has got 100 yards of offense, and 56 of them came on the first 2 plays of the game to get their touchdown, which is the difference in the game. So they've had 44 yards since Exo ran those 2 plays for a touchdown. Over the middle, caught, and going to walk in.
First pass is complete. There we go for the Malden. Golden Tornadoes touchdown.
Gabriel Vargas Cardoza. Over the middle with the pass. For 30 yards.
Extra point is good. for
Kick
Malden.
is good by Fernandez. So they double their fun. That was their first completion of the night for 30 yards. So you see the scoreboard, 6:51 left in this 3rd period. Malden took advantage of that short punt from Tech on 3rd and 10 over the middle. And Vargas Cardoza makes the catch and sprints into the left corner of the end zone. And Fernandez got his 2nd extra point. And he'll kick it off now. So that hole that Lintech is in gets a little bit deeper now. Caught, backtracking to the 25-yard line, down the sideline. Great return.
Number 1, Terrence Thompson, the return for the Tigers.
Terrence Thompson. Big time return. To the Malden 40-yard line.
After the return, the Tigers will be set with the 1st and 10. Ball is placed in Golden Tornado territory.
That's a 35-yard return, and he almost broke it. They double the wideouts to the near side. They're going to wing to the far side. The quick out. Slipping a tackle, can't slip the second one. They're going to lose yardage.
Ortega's pass is complete to number 2, Ethan Brown.
It took a while for the ball to get out. He was very deep, almost to the end line on the side.
The result in second 14 for the Tigers.
So they lost 4 yards. It was a 38-yard return by Thompson. Looked like it gave him a little bit of momentum, and now they got to try and take advantage. Not going far off the right side. Lost yardage again.
So far on the run for the Tigers. Be a loss of 1 and some Tigers.
That was
only
Alfaro.
13.
Lost a yard to the 42. Final 5 minutes and counting of this third period. Tigers had decent field position a couple of times, but they just haven't been able to come up with a big play. 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! That was a one-handed grab by Thompson. What an outstanding catch. Down to the 18-yard line. 24 yards and a first down. They threw it over the middle. It looked like it was too far. It was going to be incomplete. And he reached a hand out and picked it with one hand. What an outstanding catch. And he fought for a couple of extra yards besides. So they'll have it at the 18-yard line. And they got to get in here. They're down 2 scores. They can't not take advantage of this field position. They've been down close before, but that's an ESPN highlight catch. Prum with a great play. He made that catch at the end of the half for 47 yards. He's got catches for 74 yards. They've also got a couple of them minus yardage, but so here we go from the 18-yard line. They get themselves right back in the game if they can score here. They had one touchdown that was called back on a nice run by Reyes. Trying to bounce it to the outside, staying on his feet, goes airborne. Good extra effort. That's Reyes there. Good extra effort. Looked like he was hit at the line, maybe lose a yard. Instead, he gets to the 13. He picks up 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. So he has that great catch. Now a very nice, it's only 5 yards, but it's an outstanding run. Wide out comes to the near side. Little misdirection. They push Alfaro forward for a couple of yards.
Third and 2.
So they need 3. From the 11-yard line. They got 2 downs to make 3 yards. We'll be closing on 2 minutes left to play in this period when they snap the ball. Big play right here. To the right side. No, they faked me out too. Ortega kept it. I thought he gave it off. He gets it down to the 6. He picked up 5 and a first down. So first and goal from the 6. Very nice fake. And the funny thing is, I saw Alfaro going to the right. Looked like he was going to run in for a touchdown. I was about to say that till I realized he didn't have the ball. Oh, keeps it, fighting for the end zone. He came up just shy. Second, third effort, got it inside the 1. Second down and less than a yard. Off the right side. In for the touchdown. They waited a while to make the call. Gerardo runs it in. And it's 14-6. So they go 37 yards. Set up by Terrence Thompson's 38-yard kick return after Malden scored to make it 14-0. So they finish off his nice kick return. A great catch by Prum. Brought it down close. A couple of nice runs by the quarterback, Ortega. And now they're going to look for the extra point. And this is big. Cesar Reyes. They didn't get it. "37 yards in 8 plays, but they're back in it, down 1 score. And we got less than a minute. They go over 100 yards of offense. 123 to be exact. So take a little momentum going into that 4th period as we're winding it down. Malden started the game with a quick touchdown. They started the second half, their first possession with a quick touchdown off a short punt that gave them very good field position at the Tech 30. And now Tech gets a great run back by Terrence Thompson, 38 yards, and they take advantage and go the rest of the way for the score. They would have loved to get that extra point. They kick it away deep, down to the 10-yard line. Turning the corner. And pretty good return to the 40-yard line. And that was Davian McGuffey with the return. I think they're putting it down right at the 40-yard line.
After the return, ball will be set up a first and 10. Ball is placed and thrown.
If they run the ball here, this could be the last play of the period. We could be down to one period left. Handoff coming to the near side. Cutting it in, staying on his feet, still on his feet. Down inside the 40, close to the 35-yard line. I think that was Vargas Cardoza at the Tech 36. A quick 24 yards picked up. That puts them over 100 yards rushing the team. Two wideouts. They were hurrying to try and get the play off. They don't get it off. I'm not sure why they were hurrying.
That's the end of the third quarter. After 3, ball for 14.
118 yards rushing for Malden. 30 yards passing on one pass, and that was for a touchdown. They only have 5 first downs, but they're leading it 14-6 as Tech has answered back with a score. And now they have it at the Tech 36. First and 10, and looking to get their 2-score lead back. Running it straight ahead, they get hit the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
It'll be second and 10 for Malden.
We're talking about James Runner, the head coach, ably assisted by Maurice Cordy, Marcus Taylor, Brian McCaskill, Michael Stellato, Victor Balama, Brent Campbell, Don Besham, Principal Director Fred Gallo, Athletic Director Adolph Gracio. I always like to say Graciali. Low snap, and they underthrow the receiver. So it'll be 3rd and 10. He got rid of that very quickly. He had more time, but I think he hurried because the ball was snapped in the turf, and I think he thought he had to get rid of it quicker, and he just underthrew the receiver. So he put it back at the 36, where it'll be 3rd and 10. The double wideouts to both sides. Dropping back, looking to throw, in trouble. Flag on the play. I think that's going to be a hold. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage by Thompson. I think the flag is going to be holding against Malden. If they don't take it, it will be 4th and 10, 4th and 11. So James Runner trying to decide. Do we want 4th and 11? No, they're going to take the penalty. To the 46.
Penalty is on Malden. That play will drop back.
So 3rd and 20.
Third and long for the Golden Tornadoes.
Incomplete. Tech was looking for the interception. Malden was looking for the completion. Yeah, to bring up 4th down, they'll have to kick it away, I think. 1-score game, you don't want to give Tech this kind of field position. This will be the first punt for Malden. In the second half. So Tech will get it back. Trailing by 8. They're trying to get people in and out. And they're going to blow the whistle. I think it's 5 yards. It's going to cost them delay of game. They had people bouncing in and out, different positions. They were bouncing around. They took a lot of time, and it cost them 5 more yards. Prum is back. He's not that deep back. This kicker has been able to kick the ball pretty good. And it's going to get deep and die at about the 15-yard line. So Tech is going to get the ball, but they're going to be in tough shape at their 15-yard line. They weren't anywhere near deep enough to field that punt. And it cost them because they're going to be pinned at the 15-yard line. 10 minutes exactly on the scoreboard clock left in the game. 14-6, Malden. I mentioned this will be the first of 3 Lynn teams with Malden in the Greater Boston League. They'll play English and Classical. Trying to turn the corner, gets around, he's got room, he's got 1 man to beat. Cuts it back to the inside. They get him from behind at the 49-yard line. Prum with another great play.
There's a flag on play.
It's coming back. Tech has had a couple of big plays. One was a touchdown that was called back. This one, a great run by Prum. So it cost them. They move it back.
And that play will be brought back.
They move it back to the 9. I don't know how that works. That's a 6-yard penalty. Trying to come to the near side, looking for a break. Stays in his feet. Loose. One man to beat. He's got a blocker with him. They're going to catch him and knock him down. And hard to pick up the numbers. The Malden player, it looked like he had a clear sailing, and what a great play by the Malden defender to catch up to Alberto Gerardo. Gets it down to the Malden 22-yard line. $69 yards on the run. And check down to the 22-yard line. He just muscled his way through. Now they dropped the ball. And it would have been nice if he threw it away. But he's going to get thrown for a big loss. That's a tough play right after a great play. And they're going to lose very big yardage. Down to the 32-yard line, I think.
Second and long.
He lost 10. It'll be 2nd and 20. And the quarterback is now on the sideline. And Prum is going to be the quarterback. I didn't see what happened to the quarterback, Ortega. Prum with the keep. Dives forward for extra yards to about the 30. Third down and very long. 3rd and 18. So it looked very promising. And then that bad snap cost him 10 yards. And it cost him the quarterback as well. So Prum, who can run and catch, now has to be the quarterback. So that hurts him all the way around. 2 wideouts to either side. Prum with the keep, breaking to the outside. Almost got a step, just a step away from breaking it. They still have a long way to go. He got it to the 22. He picked up 8. So a huge 4th down play. Yeah, it looks like Ortega is back in the game. So Prum can be a receiver. They're back to the original line of scrimmage. That bad snap cost them 10 yards. They had to get that back. They let it fly. There's nobody there. There's a flag on the play. I think we're going to get interference or holding. We're going to get holding And that's going to give Tech a first down, I think. That pass was nowhere for anybody to be found. So when I said it can't be interference because there was no way anybody could catch that ball. So it had to be holding. From the 22. If they move it down to the 12, it's a first down. It should be a first down.
That's a penalty, 4th and 1 for the Tigers.
Fourth down the yard. They had the ball at the 22. They needed to get to the 12. The 10 yards should have been. They mark it at the 13. So they still need a yard. Running to the right side. We got a flag and we got another flag. So flags all over the place. They were going to have it first and goal. Now I think it's going to be against Tech. There's 2 flags. Tech is backing up. They mark it back to the 23. Tech got the worst of that. They were at the 22. A 10-yard penalty should have given them a first down. They were short by a yard, so now it's 4th down again, and they need 11. So the original line of scrimmage was the 22. The penalty to the 12 should have given them a first down. It didn't. They only gave it to the 13. So now they need 11 yards on 4th down. So penalties have really hurt the Tigers. Looking to throw. They lob it up. Incomplete.
Ortega's pass is incomplete. Return over on down. Malden will take over the 1st and 10.
Tech almost has 200 yards of offense, and they're trailing 14-6. Get out of the way. So now Malden would like to run the clock out. They took over the 23. No gain on the play. But Tech almost 200 yards of offense, and they only have 6 points. 127 rushing, 65 passing. Prum has caught passes for 70 yards. He had a couple of nice runs as well. They run it straight ahead to about the 26.
We have a 3-yard pickup. Set the Wolf Tornadoes up with a 37.
I think that was Pierre. They got it to the 27 for a pickup of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6. And we'll be closing in on 3 minutes left when they snap the ball. Quick out. It got tipped, almost caught, almost intercepted. Malden's going to have to kick it away. Tech is going to have a shot. Standing at midfield is Prum. Kick, pretty good. They just watch it go. They're not trying to field it. They could at least try to catch it. So at another great roll. They're not even trying to catch the punch. They're just watching it go. And Malden's getting very good yardage after the kick with the roll. And Tech is pinned back at their 27-yard line. That's a 46-yard punt. Even if you just go back and fair catch it, you're not letting it bounce and roll. But they're not even giving it a shot. They're just getting out of the way and letting the punt go. So now they have to go a long way. This could very easily be their last possession. Trailing by 8. So from the 27, here we go. They got everybody in tight. One wide out to the far side. Coming to the near side, looking for the run. The flag comes in, and we've had a bundle of those.
Flag on the play.
Holding against Tech. Tech has hurt themselves with penalties. One penalty took a touchdown away. They mark it back to the 17-yard line. So it's 1st and 20.
It'll be 1st and long for the Tigers.
And if they run the ball, they're going to shrink the game, and Malden will be able to hold on and win the game if they can't go now 83 yards. They get loose. They're not going to get them. They're not going to get him. 83 yards. Cesar Reyes. Now they need the 2-point conversion. He goes 83 yards, but they get credit for 73 yards in one play. They had the penalty. So now they have to go for 2 with 2:07 left. And all of a sudden the Lynn fans get excited, and there's a lot of them. Good sized crowd on the Lynn side. Good crowd here tonight. Now we're going to get a timeout. 2:07 left. And already, first game of the season, huge play for the Tigers. 14-12. He just broke it to the far sideline, was out in front, and nobody came anywhere near him. He could have run to Swampscott with that run. So Tech talking it over offensively, looking for a two-point play. Malden talking it over, trying to stop the two-point play, hold on for the lead and get the ball back and hopefully run out the clock. We could have our second overtime. Glasgow beat Central High School of Rhode Island prior to this game in overtime. And it was a touchdown and a two-point conversion that did it. Glasgow scored first, got a touchdown and a two-point conversion in overtime. Central came back, one play, ran it in from the 10 in overtime, and then they had a wide open receiver and they overthrew the receiver. And they didn't get the two-point conversion, and Glasgow won the game. Running it to the right side, gonna walk in. Damn it.
The two-point conversion is good for the Tigers. 2 minutes left in the game, we're tied at 14.
So it looked dismal for Glasgow with that, Tech with that 10-yard penalty. It was Prune running in the conversion, and we're dead even. Tech goes over 200 yards rushing. They're closing in on 300 yards of offense. And with 2:07 left, Malden's going to get the ball back. And all of a sudden, we're dead even. They fall on it at about the 33-yard line. Let's see where they put it. They're putting it at the 34. So they've got 2 minutes and they got a couple of timeouts left. And they have a kicker, so if they get close, they could try for a field goal. But they got to get there first. Well, all of a sudden, the Lynn fans have come to life. And the Malden fans are now saying, what happened? Rolling, looking. They dump it out. Picked off by Tech. And they're going to run it in.
Gonzalez, number 20. Angel Gonzalez, number 20.
So I just have assistant coach Mike Salas come over. Our camera people didn't stay with the ball, and I couldn't pick up the number of who picked it off. But the coach just come over and gave me the news so I can get it. So it was Angel Gonzalez. Picked it off right about the 35-yard line. And that is huge. Obviously, Tech has got their first lead of the game. Prum had that big two-point conversion. He's had a great night. He's caught passes for 7 yards. He's run some nice runs, made some nice plays. And now Tech is looking to kick the extra point. No good.
The extra point is no good for the Tigers.
So as Tech trailing, they made a huge comeback here in the fourth period with time winding down.
Tech 20, Malden 14.
They get a big 83-yard run by Cesar Reyes. The two-point conversion rush by Prum ties it up. Looked like they might have earned themselves an overtime shot with only 2 minutes left and Malden getting the ball. And now Angel Gonzalez gets the Lynn fans a little more excited, picking it off, taking it back right around 35 yards. Kick is no good. So now Malden, for the first time, the worst they've had is Tech tying it up. Now all of a sudden they're trailing by 6. Just under 2 minutes left. Reyes will kick it off. And I don't know if he miskicked that. I don't think he meant to do that. He just looked like he misfired on it, and Malden's going to get pretty good field position at their, looks like their 45-yard line. So they're not out of it yet. They've got good field position. They've got a couple of timeouts left. And they got it at their 45-yard line. I know they wanted to kick that deep. I think he just chipped at it. He got under it. So here we go. The game closing down. Now Malden needs a comeback. They hand it off for a run. And they're going to get a first down and a lot more.
The first down run for Malden will be in Tiger territory.
I think it was Pierre again. Tech player goes down. He was up. All of a sudden, he just collapsed. They put it at the Tech 44. 11 yards and a first down. Heck, with 275 yards of offense. Trum's got a lot of that. But a good team effort. Now if they can hold on the last minute and a half, they could start out the season with a huge win. We looked like we were going to overtime until Angel Gonzalez stepped in front of the pass, took it in for the score. Young man's come off the field. Seems to be okay. Again, it's just probably cramps. So he marked it at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw with plenty of time over the middle, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, will be second down.
Just over a minute. It's be a huge win for Tech starting on, especially with a comeback. They were down 14 zip. So they outscored Malden 20-0. They go after the quarterback. They force him out. Was it high, arching, picked off. It got tipped and picked off. The quarterback, Ortega. They threw it up in desperation. He was about to get sacked. He threw it up. It got tipped, and there was Ortega sitting there saying thank you, and he ran it back with 53 seconds left. Tech just has to take a couple of knees. So 2 late interceptions. The defense getting it done. They got it at the 48-yard line of Malden. So Malden winds up with 135 rushing, 30 passing, and the 30 passing was 1 pass for a touchdown. So they outscore them 20-0 after falling down 14-0. So now they can go take the snap and just take a knee. 53 seconds showing on the clock. And they're going to just take the victory knee. They take the snap. They go down at the 47. They'll have to do it one more time. So the first 2 plays of the game, Exxon went 26 yards and 30 yards for the touchdown. The kick was good by Fernandez. It was 7-0. That's where we were at halftime. In the second half, first possession, a short kick gives Malden the ball at the Tech 30. 1 play, the pass from the quarterback, Brett, to Vargas Cardoza. Now they take it, and that's going to do it. The kick was good again. It was 14-0. Tech got a big touchdown late in the third period. A great return by Thompson of 38 yards set them up at the 37-yard line. They went 37 yards. A big catch by Prum for 24 yards on 3rd and long. Then he went down and they scored from the 5-yard line. It was Gerardo going in for the score. The kick was no good. It was 14-6 going into the 4th period. Tech tied it up. Malden kicked it to Tech 27. A penalty took it to the 17. And there was Cesar Reyes going 83 yards for the touchdown. And then a big conversion by Ethan Prum, who had a great game. Runs it in to tie it at 14. Before you blink your eye, Malden Catholics get the ball. They throw it out. It's picked off and returned for a touchdown by Angel Gonzalez to make it 20-14. And that was the final score. And then late, with under a minute left, Malden, desperation, throws a deep pass downfield. It gets tipped, and the quarterback, Jadiel Ortega, picked it off. They go to the victory formation. They take a couple of knees, and the game is over, and Tech is going to go to 1-0 with a huge comeback win. And they had to wait a long time to do it. They were supposed to play at 7. They didn't start till 8:45 with everything going on all day. But they got it done with a big comeback, a big 4th period. They scored. They come up with 2 interceptions. And they pull it out, and Tech wins it on the interception by Angel Gonzalez. Returned it about 40 yards. And that was the difference. 20-14, Tech will go to 1-0. Malden's going to be a tough ride back to Malden as they lose it 20-14 and go 0-1. So 20-14, Tech with a huge comeback in the 4th quarter. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.